Hi, my name's Araceli, and the purpose for the speech is to inform the audience about STDs. I was gonna show a short YouTube clip, talking about the recent years and months and how fast like STDs have been growing, but unfortunately I wasn't able to fit the video in, or I can't find a way to insert the video, so I'll just start my speech. Um, I strongly believe that learning and being up to date with STDs is important for many, especially because you know how hookup culture is growing rapidly nowadays. I have been able to find other sources and media that covers topics on STDs. Um, for this speech, I would be talking about how fast STDs are growing, hookup culture, and how to prevent and protect yourselves. First, let's talk about STDs. We know what STDs are at this point. Like, I feel like in school they taught us about what they are and how to prevent yourselves. But I feel like those are only the basic things, and that's only some of the things that people know nowadays. But I feel like, if anything, especially if you're sexually active, I feel like you should be up to date with stuff like that because it really only takes one situation or one person. So you should always be better to be safe than sorry. According to a CDC article that I read, there have been reported cases of gonorrhea, syphilis, and congenital syphilis surpassed 2019 levels. Now let's talk about how this is a huge issue. Now there's nothing wrong with people having going out and having a fun time or being sexually active, but it is bad once they catch something or they start spreading something. Um, we know that hookup culture has been around for many years and it's continuing to grow just as fast and still being a big thing. Um, Hookup culture can be something long term or short or long term. It just depends on the people in the situation. Um, as long as each person does the research and protects each other, everything should be okay. Because we know nowadays how big dating websites and dating apps are. Like, it really, people are not really taking the extra step to protect themselves. Um, and no matter what, it's always best to ask the person you're in the relationship with about these things, even though if it's a hard topic, because maybe if they get mad at you for it, it's better that they're mad because they don't want to tell you instead of be mad because you gave them something or they gave you something. Um, and it's always important to like talk to the other person because you never know. Um, and on the CDC article, it also said that the cases for chlamydia have decreased, but those are also only the results are from the people that have been tested. And the CDC article also states that decline in reported chlamydia cases is likely due to decreased STD screening during the pandemic. So meaning that as many people as before haven't been getting tested. So of course the levels did decrease, but again, not for a good reason. It's because of the pandemic, and that just it could be a good thing as well. But that means that some people are not getting tested regularly as they need to. Um, so this is something you should always be worried about, especially if you're sexually active in any shape or form. Just like stay up to date with your testing and like protect yourself as much as possible. Ask important questions, especially if you're just out and about. In conclusion, it's always better to be safe than sorry because there's so much out there and so much going out there that many of us don't even know about. Having fun is never the issue. The issue is just accidentally catching something and something you never wanted, and just because you were not protected. There are also many resources out there and so much help if needed. Again, it's always better to be safe than sorry, and it's always important to stay up to date with things like this, and especially for your own health.